Can we find somewhere only you know? Say something and give me nothing.
Have you ever found yourself aimlessly scrolling through low-quality content on your phone or social media, avoiding reality and meaningful tasks? If you fear wasting your life on trivialities and aim to be among the rare 1% who face reality head-on, improving themselves daily, this video is for you. Let's explore the teachings of samurai and Miyamoto Musashi, offering wisdom to transform into that elite percentile. Miyamoto Musashi, a legendary samurai who never faced defeat, penned the Book of Five Rings 3 years before his death, encapsulating the wisdom gained from a lifetime of battles. This guide has intrigued many seeking to apply Musashi's insights into their lives. If you're drawn to his teachings, check the link in the description and join our community aiming for disciplined, motivated living, inspired by Musashi and the samurai's top 1% mindset. Musashi's philosophy, deeply embedded in the essence of the samurai way, transcends the confines of martial prowess to embrace strategic acumen, astute observation, and an in-depth understanding of human motivations. His teachings, while ancient, provide profound insights into navigating the intricacies of contemporary life, highlighting the timeless relevance of adaptability, perception, and the strategic pursuit of goals in personal development, business, and interpersonal relations. Musashi's journey from early defeats to becoming an undefeated swordsman underscores the value of confronting reality head-on, relentless self-improvement, and learning from failures. Despite facing formidable opponents and experiencing numerous setbacks, Musashi never despaired nor shied away from the harsh truths of his circumstances. Instead, he embarked on a relentless quest for mastery, meticulously analyzing his defeats to refine his techniques and strategies. This relentless pursuit of excellence, coupled with his unwavering resolve and strategic mindset, propelled Musashi beyond the limitations of his time, crafting a legacy that transcends the battlefield. His story exemplifies the power of resilience, the importance of facing life's challenges with courage, and the transformative potential of continuous learning and self-reflection. In our fast-paced, ever-changing world, Musashi's principles of strategic thinking, keen observation, and understanding underlying motives remain as crucial as ever, guiding us through the complexities of modern life with the wisdom of a legendary samurai. Musashi's teachings, deeply entrenched in the samurai ethos, emphasize a holistic approach to facing life's challenges, blending physical training with mental and spiritual development. Central to this philosophy is the principle of confronting reality directly, acknowledging and addressing problems head-on rather than avoiding them. This principle is crucial not only in martial arts but in every aspect of modern life, from personal development to professional challenges. Another foundational element is the spirit of self-reflection and continuous improvement. Musashi advocated for an unflinching examination of one's actions and thoughts, identifying areas for growth and learning from every experience. This iterative process of reflection, learning, and application fosters a mindset geared towards constant self-betterment. Effective goal setting, as Musashi practiced, involves establishing clear, achievable objectives that are aligned with one's values and aspirations. These goals serve as a compass, guiding actions and decisions towards meaningful progress and fulfillment. In applying these principles to contemporary life, consider the practice of facing reality in the context of career advancement. It entails acknowledging one's current skill gaps, seeking constructive feedback, and embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. By setting specific career objectives, one can methodically work towards achieving them, employing self-reflection to navigate the path and adjust strategies as needed. The principle of continuous training and discipline can be translated into a commitment to lifelong learning and skill development. This might involve regular professional development courses, adopting new technologies, or mastering new methodologies relevant to one's field. Embracing flexibility flexibility and adaptability, key components of Musashi's teachings, is particularly relevant in today's ever-changing job market. It means being open to new opportunities, willing to pivot career paths, and adaptable to evolving industry trends. To incorporate Musashi's teachings into daily life, one might adopt practical tools such as journaling, a method for self-reflection and tracking progress towards goals. By regularly writing down thoughts, challenges, and achievements, one can gain insights into their behavior and thought patterns, identifying areas for improvement. Mindfulness and meditation, practices that enhance focus, calmness, and clarity of thought, enabling better decision-making and presence of mind in challenging situations. Continuous learning, dedication to acquiring new knowledge and skills, whether through formal education, online courses, or self-study, to remain competitive and fulfilled. Feedback loops, establishing mechanisms for receiving regular feedback from peers, mentors, or supervisors to inform personal and professional development efforts. Adaptability, exercises, engaging in activities that push one out of their comfort zone, promoting flexibility and resilience. This could include taking on new projects, learning a new language, or exploring new hobbies. By integrating these principles and tools into daily routines, one can navigate the complexities of life with the wisdom and strength of a samurai, turning challenges into opportunities for growth and achievement. Integrating Musashi's principles into daily life requires a mindful approach to both personal and professional challenges, emphasizing the importance of reality, self-improvement, and resilience. Here's how these ancient teachings can be applied in contemporary settings. Facing reality. today is truly the work of the devil, by extension, God must be real. There's no way the devil can exist without him. And if you want to argue whether the devil exists or not, then you're not taking a very close enough look at the world. People who are defending the Matrix and trying to report its ideas, these people are genuinely, truly evil in their hearts. They don't care about humanity. They don't care about free speech. They're not pro-human. All they care about is trying to enforce ideologies regardless of how it affects people negatively. They're truly full of hate, and that makes them evil people. By extension, God must exist, and God inspires certain men to resist, like myself. You have to make God happy. Let's imagine God as a man. If I'm a man and I have 10 people who work for me, or 10 children, my favorite one is to be the one who does the things that I know, who acts in a way that I am happy with, right? So if I had 10 children and they're all acting different ways, my favorite one is to be the one that adheres to the rules and adheres to the tenets that I've set out. If I say you should act this way and you do act that way, then I'm going to be he's going to be my favorite child. I'm God's favorite because I act true to God. And I act true to God because I know I'm genuinely a good person. I wouldn't snake anybody in the world for $10 million. Absolutely 0% chance. I'm not out here doing anything treacherous. I'm not a traitor. I don't do anything bad. The Matrix would say I'm a bad person because they're liars. I know I'm a good person. I know I live with a pure heart. The reason I'm God's favorite is because I'm out here doing exactly the things I said earlier in the stream. I wake up, I'm on time, with a firm handshake. I stick to my word. I work hard. I give my best at everything I do. I'm honest. That's all it takes to be God's favorite. And if you're truly those things, you're not out here trying to do some quick buck. I sit here and look at every decision I make, and I genuinely sit and think, I am being analyzed and I'm being watched by another power. Is this going to benefit me in the long run? The most disgusting thing, the thing that God is most unhappy with, is treachery. Because treachery, the reason it is so frowned upon in the Bible and the Quran throughout all of history, traitors were hated the most and had the most heinous and disgusting punishments, is because treachery can't be stopped. I'm a big, dangerous man. If I see my enemy on the street, I'm going to know what's going to happen. I'm going to be ready for it. Treachery will take out anybody. The point I'm making is that's why it's such a disgusting act. So I'm God's favorite because I act in a way that God looks at me and he's proud of me. God looks at me and goes, I made men to be X, and Andrew's doing what he's supposed to do. Andrew's trying to become the strongest, richest, most important, most competent version of himself. He's trying to educate and inspire other men to do the exact same thing. I like Andrew. I'm lucky. God loves me. You're God's favorite because you decide to be. You have to show him that you're out here doing the things you're supposed to do. Did God create man for you to be lazy? Did God create man for you to be weak? Is that why he made you? If you think it is, then you can sit there and suffer the consequence of being unlucky your entire life. But if you understand that that's not why he made you, that's not why you're here, so you have a duty, a masculine imperative to be the best possible version of yourself, then God's going to be happy with you. That's how it works. I sit there and I live with I got a genuine moral compass. Of course I'm his favorite. That's why he protects me and provides me. That's why I can get banned and attacked by the Matrix in every single possible way, and I have larger streams than I've ever had before. That's why I don't panic. We go to God when we have problems. When everything's going good, we don't thank him enough. And that's one thing I try and make sure I never do. I don't pray to God to ask for things. I pray to God to say thank you for things I already have. That's one of the first mindset things I try to change, is to show gratefulness to him. By extension, I show gratefulness to my life.
Gratitude is the number one way to become successful. Because the more grateful you become, the more things God will give you to be grateful for. If this God wakes you up every day, it's not you that's waking up. It's God allowing you to wake up. So if you ever stop to just thank him for everything he's done, he will add to that list of stuff that you can thank him for. Instead of complaining about what's going on, man, I got to go to work today. Man, I got these kids. Remember when you wanted a job? Remember when you wanted a baby? He's not going to keep giving you stuff if what you got you can't handle already.
Spend 5 minutes complaining, and you have wasted 5. Surely they will soon haul you off into a financial desert, and there let you choke on the dust of your own regret. It's a deadly disease. If you don't think it's bad, ask the children of Israel. Story says, children of Israel were slaves. God performed a series of dazzling miracles and got them out. Remember the story? Heading for the promised land. Tragedy of the story, they never got there. Reason, from day one, they started to complain. They whined and cried and griped about the food. They whined and cried because it was too far, too cold, too hot, too miserable. Whined and cried for years. Finally, God said, I've had it, trip canceled. Which I think means two things. Indulge in this long enough, you get your future canceled. And I guess it also means even God himself can only take so much. Our promise is taking longer to develop because we're complaining instead of praising.
You kill more blessings by not being grateful. That's the number one blessing blocker, lack of gratitude.
Right now, what are you grateful for? Nothing, brother. There's nothing good in my life right now. It's pretty freaking pathetic. You can't find anything in your life to be grateful for right now?
Lord, I thank you. I thank you that I made it this far. It's not what I wanted, but it is working. And if you can't say that, come on and let me take you to the homeless places. Because sometimes you don't have gratitude because you got too much. But in the absence of an example of worse, you won't appreciate better because it ain't best. Listen to me, y'all. Wake up every day and start being grateful for just your life, your kids, your food, your clothes, your money. And then immediately after that, you'll have a better day. He start giving you more stuff.
When you look back over your life, you can see the faithfulness of God. Times where he made a way where you didn't see a way. You didn't get to where you are by yourself. He's been working behind the scenes in your life, lining up the breaks that you need. That's why I take time every day to say, God, I recognize your goodness. I know I didn't get here by myself. You chose to bless me. If you knew all the things God has been orchestrating behind the scenes to get you where you are, you would be amazed. He said in verse 11, beware that in your plenty you do not forget the Lord your God. Don't let it become so common that you don't recognize it was my goodness, that you don't take time to thank me for what I've done.
Now, a lot of people say, Steve, I don't have time to do that. You do have time. If you don't have time, you should make time.
But if you don't recognize it's his goodness, the same God that opened the door can close the door.
If somebody come to your house every day and ask you for a cup of sugar, and they take the sugar and they just walk off, how many days can this person get this cup of sugar and never say thank you? Not many.
Have you forgotten what God has done? That's what causes blessings not to last. He's the reason your company chose you over somebody else. He's the reason your health turned around. Don't take it for granted. It wasn't a lucky break. That was the goodness of God. Take time to acknowledge his goodness. Not only are you thanking him, but you're reminding yourself, I didn't get here by myself. God opposes the proud, but gives favor to the humble.
Gratitude changes your perception. Your perception changes your existence.
If you're going to continue to go further, you have to remember it is the Lord your God that got you to where you are, and it is God that's going to keep you going.
Gratitude is the number one principle of success. You can start that today. That will change your life. Try it. I dare you.
The scripture says, don't despise the day of small beginnings. Don't get discouraged because where you are is much smaller than what's in your heart. It's easy to think, well, Joel, when I see some growth, then I'll give it my all. No, you have to give it your all right where you are. Stay faithful. Your time is coming.
There's this thing people think that, like, I'll be happy when once I get, like, this amazing home, or once I get this or an amount of money, then I'll allow myself some happiness. The problem is the finish line always moves. And so for me, I want to live in a state of being grateful and blissful now, not waiting for some future place or date that may never arise.
You must live in a spirit of gratitude. Choose to be happy in spite of life's challenges. Viktor Frankl, he said the last of the human freedoms to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Living in the moment, getting everything we can out of where we are in the moment where we are right now.
You can't wait till you receive the promise. You have to thank God that the answer is on the way. Say, thank you that I'm healthy. In your finances, maybe you're struggling. All through the day, thank you that whatever I touch prospers and succeeds. When you thank God in advance for the answer, that's what keeps you encouraged. Praise makes you strong. Praise keeps you moving forward. So if you don't learn this principle to thank God in advance, you won't have the strength you need to wait for the promise. You have to trust the process. While you're waiting, things are growing. If God showed us what he was up to, that wouldn't take any faith. We have to walk by faith and not by sight. God says, if you won't let what you see talk you out of what you know, then your due season is coming. God knows what he's doing. If it hasn't happened yet, it hasn't been the right time. Your right time is already scheduled. We're all going to wait, but learn to wait the right way. Wait with praise, thanking God in advance that it's on the way.
How to name, how to claim, how to expect, how to receive. There's all kinds of messages and sermons, all kinds of materials that will guide you through the process of getting what you want. For the next few moments, I want to tell you that you don't have to lose your faith just because God didn't say yes to what you requested him to do. We don't need faith to direct us when everything falls into place. When you say, Lord, I see what you said, but look what I'm going through, that's where we need teaching. I don't need you to tell me how to act when I get healed. I don't need you to tell me how to shout when I got a new job, a new house, a new car. I got enough sense to be happy, but teach me how to be happy when all hell is breaking loose. Tell me how to keep trusting God when he says no. When people know that you are gifted, they are mesmerized by your gift, never understanding that behind every gift there is a price to be paid. Because people see the outer display of your gift, but they do not see the inner pains that go along with being who you are. There are people out there right now who look at your life and they just fantasize, saying, I wish I had what she had. I wish I had that opportunity. Just, isn't it funny how different a house looks from the driveway than it does from the hallway? Don't let rich folk fool you. In some area of their life, they are impoverished. Every victor is a victim in some area of their life. They may not tell you. I want to talk to all the blessed people who have been blessed in some area of your life. You got punched in some area. It may not be visible. It may not be apparent. For yourself and better for society and better for everyone who loves you, everyone you care about. If you're the kind of person who searches for happiness, whether male or female, in my experience, people who search for happiness end up doing hedonistic, temporary, stupid things. When I find men who search to feel proud of themselves, I want people to be proud of me, and I want to be proud of myself, and I want to be respected. They often delay happiness. They often go through very difficult things and build things which are beautiful or build things which are difficult to do. They often go to the other side of fear to feel that pride. I did it. I faced my fear. I did it. Yeah. So I think as a man searching for pride or searching to feel proud is a pretty positive mindset for masculine achievement. The reason I'm the luckiest man on earth is because God has given me endless building blocks to build a superhero. He's given me endless power. He's given me endless motivation. What do we say? Yeah. He's given me endless. I have endless sources of power. I can sit here right now and recall events that will prevent me from sleeping for 2 to 3 days. That gives me a superpower that other men do not have. They want to go to sleep. They're tired. I can stop being tired for days at a time. I can just have a thought. I can remember. I can sit, close my eyes, and use the power of my brain to vividly remember events, and I will not sleep for days. And when people come to me and say, oh, this happened, I'm really sad, or my heart broke, or this bad thing happened to me, I say, good. Thank the Lord that he's given you this endless source of motivation. You're wasting it. That's your problem. But it's been given to you. Nitrous oxide has been given to you. You just have to use it in the correct way. So I'm the luckiest man in the world because all the bad things that happened to me have given me all the building blocks to become the most fantastic man on the face of the planet. I don't ever sit and concern myself with, am I spending too much? If I thought I was spending too much, I would simply find a way to make
And a lot of people talk about efficiency as well. I've had people talk about working smart, not hard. That is true. But I believe that you need to fill your day with all of the hard work first. I think that working smart is a matter of being more efficient with all the time you should spend working. If you sit there and go, I want to work smart, not hard, so I work an hour a day, well then you're still lazy. You should work smart and hard and do 15 smart hours a day. That's how you win. I was talking to a young guy the other day, and he was 22, I think, and he caught a crypto pump. He made like $4 million in the last bull run, and now all the coins have gone down. Whatever. He sold some. He has like 1.5 million. He's like, oh yeah, so I'm waiting for the next pump. I was like, bro, the problem with you is you're now been ruined for life because you're 22, you made easy money, and you think that you don't have to ever do any serious work. You also have no skill. Problem is with the crypto pump, it doesn't teach you anything. You didn't learn sales, marketing, staff management, stress tolerance. You need that. See, nothing. He doesn't know how to do anything. So he's just sitting there just gambling on shit coins, waiting for the next one to pump, and he's 22, and his ass is never going to want to get a real job, and he doesn't have any skills. So I think he's in a lot of trouble, truthfully. I made this clear to him. So it can be a detrimental thing. It can be a bad thing. But in terms of making money, it's certainly easier than it's ever been because we live in a global marketplace now. You can reach the world, and all you have to do is have a message worth making people listen to. And it truly is the abundance mindset. It's true. I remember when I was broke. When I was broke, I thought everyone was broke.
But you do.
Because I was broke.
100%.
And then you get rich, and you start thinking, shit, everyone has money. Every supercar I want is sold out. Every diamond watch I want is sold out. The private jet charters are full. The yachts are full. As soon as you get rich, you start
All these people that got money.
I was just in Dubai, and my houses are being built. They're going to be completed this year. I bought a bunch of them off plan, so I decided to rent. And I rented a house on the Palm. It's $25,000 a day in dollars. I rented it. And I'm sitting there, and the landlord comes and goes, I just got an offer for $35,000 a day to leave. And I go, okay, well, I'll pay $40,000 a day. And then he came back and goes, the guy's offered $50,000 a day for a year. And I'm like, who am I even in a bidding war with? And I just left. I was like, you know what? Take it. I'll get another one. But like, there's people out there with money like you couldn't fucking fathom. There is so much money in the world. So you do get to a level of wealth. Another time it hit me, I was in Monaco. I was sitting around dinner in Monaco after it was a car rally, funnily enough. And there was like 10 of us, and I just looked around the table by coincidence. I saw everyone's wearing a nice watch, and I thought, when I was broke, the idea, if someone told me they had 30 or 40 grand in the bank, I thought they were doing good. Now I'm sitting at a table, everyone's wearing a $100,000 watch. Nobody gives a fuck. It's just like, there's levels to the game. And when you get up to the top, you realize there's money everywhere. The abundance mindset, there are so many rich people. So if you're not where you want to be financially, I hope this pisses you off, because I'm telling you to annoy you. That you're sitting there struggling to pay your bills. There are people out there making so much money you couldn't possibly fathom who have anything they want all of the time. And you may sit there and go, oh, but they're miserable. A lot of them aren't. Trust me. They're having a great time. So you need to make a bunch more money because there's money everywhere. Think of the harshest lesson. You don't have to say what it is, but think of the harshest lesson you've had the last few years. And think of how many times you had the easy way to learn that lesson. You could have just stopped being a dickhead before it got bad. Like that. Think how many times you could have just woke up and go, nah. Yeah. But we don't, do we? We wake up like, we got away with it. It's fine. And then bam, you get hit. There's only two ways to learn lessons, hard and harder. If you're smart, you take it the hard way. Real idiots take it the hardest way. Yeah. But there's no easy way to learn lessons.
But why don't you stop the work and take a step back?
I don't want to. I don't want to. No. And that's my competitive advantage. I don't want to do that.
The enjoyment for you is the work, not the...
Completely. Other people are like, oh, I'm here now, so I can now go on holiday. I don't want to stop working. I don't want a holiday. I don't want to relax. Is this relaxing? I'm going to try and relax for the first time in my life. We do this here live on the podcast. Ready? Ready?
Whatever you do, it's better with a website. Introducing Hosting Your Website Builder, the fast and easy website builder optimized for online success. Use the AI Builder for even faster site creation. Input the description of the website you want and let AI do the rest. Or grab a template and drag and drop elements to perfection. Want to sell online? The Website Builder has a range of e-commerce features.
Am I supposed to want to do that? I can't stand quitters. So if you're the kind of person who's going to quit because it's hard, I don't even want your energy around me. Because quitters are the worst people on the planet. You can give a quitter absolutely everything and they will still fail. Quitters can have every single advantage. Quitters can have all the information. Quitters can have all the tutelage. Quitters can have a mentorship. Quitters can have someone who messages them every morning, hey, bro, let's get it. And guess what they're going to do at the end? Quit. They ain't never going to have shit, right? You need the people who don't quit. I don't quit. Every single facet of my life is a testament to the fact that I don't quit. When people see my plane in the sky, you could say whatever you want about me. You can call me arrogant. You can call me anything you want, but you cannot call me a quitter. I didn't quit. So that's the difference. When it was hard, I did it anyway. That's who I've always been. And if you don't have that kind of tenacity, you're never going to be anything. So the people who come along and talk about passive income, they sound like quitters. There's a lot of people that don't want to work. You have to just work. At some point, you have to bite the bullet and just work. So when someone comes to me and talks about passive income, they're broke here. Like, you are just lazy. You are lazy. You will never get anywhere. Lazy people never get anywhere in life, doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter if it's tennis or money. If you're lazy, you're never going to get anywhere. I love work. I'm ready to work. I'll dig a hole. If you start with a good team, you're going to make it. That's really true. Brotherhood in and of itself is so valuable. If you sit around with 20 people and none of them are lazy, none of them are snakes, you're going to be fine. I think follow your passion is also a terrible, terrible piece of advice. People say, hey man, you need to find what you're passionate about and do that. And what they're trying to say is only do what you like, because you have no motivation to do anything else. And motivation in and of itself is a scam. I don't believe in motivation. I believe in discipline. I am not motivated to do the things I'm supposed to do. I don't wake up full of like joy. I have to go to the gym, or I have to work, or I do crap. I don't feel motivated to do them. I'm disciplined. I do them regardless of how I feel. Whether I'm in the mood to do it or I'm not in the mood to do it, it gets done. That's discipline. Discipline's a real thing. Motivation is fleeting. Yeah. You're never going to be permanently motivated. So if someone comes along and says, oh, do what you're passionate about, what they're saying is you'll have endless motivation, and then you'll need to try hard. If you're the kind of person who can only try hard at something he enjoys, then you're going to fail. Because most things you enjoy don't pay any money. If they paid money, you wouldn't enjoy them. It's called a job, right? Nobody likes their job. You like your hobby. I'm sure you like playing video games. Maybe 1%, 0.1% can make money from video games, right? Most people, you ain't ever going to make it. Yeah. Do you think the guy in China who owns a concrete plant is passionate about concrete? It's money. Be passionate about success. If you're passionate about money, then you can be passionate about anything. I'll be passionate about any business on earth that pays me. If you pay me $1 billion to dig that hole, I'll be very passionate about that hole. I will dig that hole with passion. I think the world is a violent place. I think there's violence all around us. I think that I view the world in a violent way. And I don't mean that in a negative context. I say a lot of things that people take them as negative, but I see them as positive. When I say I'm an angry person, and people can imagine me being angry. I'm super happy when I'm angry. Angry is motivating. You can't sleep if you're angry. So you better work. Right? So I'm an angry guy, but I'm happy. If I sit in a coffee shop, right? If I sit in Starbucks, the whole time I'm in there, not only am I thinking about how they got the money from me and how much I spent, I'm thinking about how I could outcompete them. I sit there and go, okay, cool, I'm in Starbucks and spent £5.68. I got a latte, and I'm sitting. And that business place, that commercial property right across the street is available for lease. How could I outcompete this coffee shop that's just in my money? What's the profit margin on this £5.68? How much did this cost them? Coffee, pennies. Donut, 30 p. How much is the rent? How much is the business rates? If I had to open up there, how would I attract people to come into my shop as opposed to their shop? They got a big brand name. I'm brand new. Next thing, do they have any signage outside? No. I'm going to try and put some signage outside. Do they have parking? No. I need parking. But then you start thinking about how you can convince people to give you their money as opposed to giving it to the places they already get. People say, I can't think of how to make money. If you start doing that for a year, and just keep a notepad, you'll have 100 ideas how to make money. You'll sit there and go, there's a place here that's doing this, and we can do it better this way. This place online is doing this, we can do it better this way. And then to get them all done, what do you need? Network. You need people. It's all about people. Okay, we can make money with this. Who's going to do it? Who's not lazy? Who's getting up at 4 a.m. tomorrow? Boom, let's get it done. So there's unlimited ways to make money, but most people go through life and their money is taken from them. They don't even identify how they got tricked out of it. Business is just other people's money. That's all business is. I want to start a business, so you want other people's money. You have to think about it. Nobody thinks about it. And the easiest way to think about it is to think how you're giving yours. That's a mental model you should adopt. Yeah. And you'll end up with loads of business ideas. Business ideas are everywhere. It's just execution. At the end of the day, even if you're struggling, it's you that's going to have to get up and get the work done and change your life. So when they go on the TV and say, you're depressed, it's a disease, you can't fix it, there's nothing you can do about it, it's not your fault, I think they're just trying to reinforce in your mind that you're never going to get better. I think if they really cared, they'd say, like Tyson Fury says, You're depressed, but you can beat this. You can do this. I don't hear them saying that very often. They just sit there and say, everyone's depressed and it's normal. Accept it. And I don't accept that. I don't accept that. I don't think people should sit there and accept that they're sad. Change it. I think only you can change it. That's what I do. But I actually think the world is quite a bleak place for men nowadays. I think that the societal path they've laid out for most men is a sad one. I think that all men like the idea of conquest and like the idea of being high status and being rich. And they're telling you that you shouldn't be those things and you shouldn't do those things. You should just go to school, get a wife, sit at home, happy wife, happy life. And it's depressing. It's unhappy. And I promise everyone that there is a degree of happiness, but as a man, that happiness comes from freedom. Freedom does require money at some level. And you're going to have to get out there and get paid if you want to be free as an individual. And once you're free, you're going to be here. When I talk about the Matrix, I'm talking about the systems which have been created by society, which are deliberately designed to enslave. In the movie, the Matrix were used for our body heat, but here, in this Matrix, were used for our efforts and our energies. And you're existing inside of a system which is deliberately rigged to make the rich richer and for the poor to stay poor.
Yeah.
And you can sit there and get upset about it. You can sit there and cry about it and say the system needs to change, which is what some people do, socialists, XYZ. But I think I know that's a waste of time, right? That's futile. The best thing to do is to understand the rules of the game and find a way to win. So, yes, the game is rigged. Yes, the rich are always going to get richer. Yes, the poor are always going to struggle. And that's the way the game is set up. So you still need to find the best move on the chessboard. There's no point sitting there saying, I want to play a different game, because that's never going to happen. Because the people with the money are the people who have the control and they have the power, and why would they have the game set up any other way? Why would they change? You got to be in a good position to take advantage of things. You've always got to be in a position where you have a good network, you have good information, you have some kind of money, you have the ability to survive without that money, you can take a risk. Like, it's hard to set yourself up. They teach you things that, the problem is as well, it's difficult, because the way that humans work and the way that we've evolved as a species is that we don't really learn lessons unless they're learned the hard way. I believe that unless a lesson is taught the hard way, you're not going to learn it. You can have so many near misses and people won't learn their lesson. Bro, you must know a guy who goes out there, nearly crashes his car, doesn't slow his ass down to get wrecks in. Like, this is how people are, right? So you need that pain for the lesson to sting enough to really genuinely go inside of your mind. And it's the same with everything. It's the same with driving a car or business. Truthfully, if you want to learn a lesson about business, you're going to have to suffer at some point.
I don't know what you've been through. I don't know how bad it hurts you.
Maybe you've been through something you don't understand. Life hasn't turned out the way you'd hoped. It's painful.
But I came to tell you what you are going through right now is not how your story is supposed to end. This ain't your life right here. This life you got right now, this ain't just it. You think this it? God ain't through with you.
Pain is a part of life. We've all been through things that are uncomfortable. We didn't like it, but God made a way when we didn't see a way. Even though it's painful now, if you'll stay in faith, that will lead you towards your destiny.
For those of you that have experienced some hardships, don't give up on your dream.
Anybody can give up, but you know what that's doing? Wasting your pain.
It's very easy to find a reason to quit. Quitting is a very simple habit. You do it once, you'll do it again. By the way, fighting through and winning is also a habit. Anything worthwhile takes sacrifice and time.
We've all heard the saying, no pain, no gain. Every struggle is making you stronger. Every painful time, it's developing something in you that can only be developed in the tough times.
That opposition, those obstacles, that's how you become stronger.
We were not created to float through life on flowery beds of ease. Now quit telling yourself you can't take it. You're not weak, you are well able. I'm going to keep a good attitude, knowing that this pain is leading to my gain. The scripture says, rain falls on the just and the unjust. The key is what we do in our time.
Imagine possessing a secret so powerful it transforms your everyday into a cascade of fortuitous events, turning you into a magnet for miracles and opportunities. This isn't mere wishful thinking. It's the realm of possibility that awaits you once you start using fortune alchemy. You see, there are 7 steps to being able to use fortune alchemy. Each step is a key that unlocks deeper realms of fortune, inviting you into a world where you're the master alchemist of your destiny. Step 1. Vision crafting. Imagine waking up every day feeling like the universe itself is conspiring to bring you good fortune. Picture a life where every turn you take leads you to an opportunity, a happy coincidence, or a serendipitous meeting that propels you further towards your dreams. This is the first step of your journey to becoming the luckiest person alive. Vision crafting. Vision crafting isn't about setting goals or daydreaming about what you want in life. It's an art, a process of meticulously designing your destiny, much like an architect drafts blueprints for a masterpiece yet to be built. It's the foundation upon which the house of your fortunes will be built, the roots from which the tree of your life will flourish. In the ancient texts of the Bhagavad Gita, there's a profound saying, "You are what your deep driving desire is. As your desire is, so is your will. As your will is, so is your deed. As your deed is, so is your destiny." This ancient wisdom encapsulates the essence of vision crafting. Your vision is the seed of your future fortunes. But how do you cultivate a vision so potent that it begins to attract luck like a magnet? Start by clearing your mind of the clutter. In the Zen tradition, this is often referred to as achieving mushin, or no mind. It's a state of clarity and receptivity where your thoughts are not clouded by fear, doubt, or the influence of external circumstances. In this space of mental clarity, ask yourself, what ignites my passion? What kind of life would make me leap out of bed each morning with excitement? Imagine your life as a canvas. Now, with the brush of your imagination, start painting the picture of your ideal future. Be as detailed as possible. What colors are more vibrant? What activities are you engaged in? Who are you surrounded by? How do you feel in this envisioned life? This process is not just about creating a mental image, but about embedding your emotions into this vision. The emotional connection is your secret ingredient. It's what makes your vision magnetic to the forces of luck. Once you have your vision, the next step is to infuse it with the power of belief. In many spiritual traditions, belief is the soil that nurtures the seed of desires into reality. Just as a seed requires the right conditions to grow, your vision requires the fertile ground of unwavering belief. Believe in the inevitability of your vision with the same certainty you believe in the rise of the sun each morning. Remember, it's not a one-time act, but a continual process of alignment and refinement. Your vision will evolve as you do, becoming more detailed and vibrant with each day that passes. Step 2. Rationalization of possibilities. With your vision crafted, a vibrant fabric of your future now exists in your mind, each thread a possibility, each color a dream. But how do we bridge the gap between the ethereal world of dreams and the tangible world of reality? The answer lies in the second step of your journey to becoming the luckiest person alive. Rationalization of possibilities. Rationalization of possibilities is not about limiting your dreams or succumbing to the skepticism that often pervades our daily life. Instead, it's about empowering your vision with the wings of reason and logic, enabling it to soar into the realm of the possible. It's about transforming the impossible into I'm possible. Just as an alchemist transforms base metals into gold, your mind has the power to transform abstract visions into concrete realities. The process begins with asking, how can this be possible? This simple question shifts your mindset from one of doubt to one of discovery, opening doors to solutions and strategies that were previously hidden from view. The journey from where you are to where you want to be is rarely a straight line. It's a path made up of many steps, each one a building block towards your ultimate goal. By breaking down your vision into smaller, manageable objectives, the overwhelming becomes achievable.
If you want to source products from China without importing, stay tuned to find out how you can revolutionize the way you do.
Each small victory is a step closer to your dream, a spark of luck igniting the next. In the philosophy of Stoicism, there's a profound acceptance of what is within our control and what isn't. Rationalization of possibilities requires a similar approach. While we cannot control every aspect of our lives, we can adapt our strategies and actions to align with our vision. It's about being like water, flowing around obstacles, adapting to the terrain, yet always moving towards the sea of our dreams. Arm yourself with knowledge, for it is the light that illuminates the path of possibilities. Seek out those who have walked the path before you, learn from their successes and their failures. In every story of triumph, there's a lesson to be learned, a strategy to be adopted. Knowledge not only expands what you believe is possible, but also equips you with the tools to make it happen. Rationalization of possibilities is an iterative process. With each cycle of action, reflection, and adaptation, your strategy will evolve, becoming more refined and effective. This process is reminiscent of the scientific method, where hypotheses are tested, results are analyzed, and conclusions are drawn, leading to deeper insights and understanding. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. The universe is your partner, your co-creator. Each action you take sends ripples through the cosmos, attracting elements that resonate with your vision. By rationalizing the possibilities, you align your actions with the vibrations of your dreams, drawing them closer to you with each step you take. Step 3. Dream weaving. With the clarity of your vision and the roadmap of possibilities at your fingertips, you stand at the precipice of the next enchanting phase of your journey, dream weaving. This stage goes beyond the crafting of vision and rationalizing possibilities. It's where your dreams begin to take shape. Dream weaving is an ancient art, a sacred process of aligning your innermost desires with the fabric of the universe. It's about creating a resonance between your heart's whispers and the cosmic orchestra. This stage is where your dreams, infused with intention and action, start manifesting into tangible outcomes. But how does one become a master dream weaver? The core of dream weaving is powered by belief and action. Your unwavering belief in the inevitability of your vision serves as the warp threads, providing a stable framework for your dreams. Your actions weave your dreams into the fabric of reality. This delicate balance of belief and action creates a dynamic interplay. Dream weaving requires patterns of persistence and patience. Each thread of action, each strand of belief must be woven with precision and care. There will be knots to untangle, mistakes to correct, and patterns to adjust. But with patience and persistence, the design of your dreams begins to emerge, clearer and more beautiful with each pass of the weaver's shuttle. One can find a profound philosophical underpinning for the dream weaving process in the works of the medieval philosopher and theologian Thomas Aquinas. Aquinas, a pivotal figure in the scholastic tradition, argued extensively on the harmony between faith and reason, an equilibrium that mirrors the dream weaving's blend of belief and action. Thomas Aquinas posited that human knowledge originates from sensory experience, but is perfected by the intellect's ability to abstract universal truths from particular instances. This epistemological framework can be likened to the dream weaver's task. Starting from the concrete realities of their current state, sensory experience, and moving towards the realization of their dreams, universal truths, through intellect and action. Moreover, Aquinas' famous 5 ways, his proofs for the existence of God, further illuminate the dream-weaving journey. Particularly relevant is the argument from possibility and necessity, which suggests that in the cosmos, the existence of possibilities that come into being signifies a necessary being, God, who underpins these possibilities. In the context of dream weaving, this implies that the universe has a foundational structure that supports the manifestation of dreams, as long as one aligns with the cosmic order, much like aligning with divine will in Aquinas' philosophy. Dream weaving is not a passive process. It requires the active cultivation of your mental and emotional garden. Nurture your mind with positive thoughts, water your dreams with gratitude, and prune away doubts and fears. In this fertile soil, your dreams can flourish, rooted in belief and blossoming in the light of your actions. Step 4. Intuition alignment. Embarking deeper into the realm of fortune alchemy After mastering the art of dream weaving, we arrive at a crucial and mystical phase, intuition alignment. This stage is the bridge between the conscious crafting of dreams and the subconscious currents that guide us towards our destiny. Intuition is often described as a silent compass within us, an internal guide that points us in the direction of our true path. Aligning with your intuition means tuning into this compass, learning to read its signals and trust its guidance. It's about creating a harmony between your conscious desires and the subconscious insights that bubble up from the depths of your inner self. It requires us to be open, receptive, and trusting of the insights that come from within, even when they defy logic or reason. This stage of fortune alchemy asks you to trust in the unseen, to believe in the guidance that comes from beyond the rational mind. To align with your intuition, you must first cultivate silence. In the silence, you can hear the whispers of your inner self. This means creating space in your life for stillness and reflection. Meditation, nature walks, and journaling are just a few practices that can quiet the noise of the external world and amplify the voice of your intuition. Intuition can communicate in various ways: a gut feeling, a sudden insight, a dream, or even a physical sensation. Part of intuition alignment involves learning to recognize these signals. Pay attention to the moments when you feel a strong pull towards or away from something, even if you can't logically explain why. These are the signposts of your intuition, guiding you towards your highest good. Trust is the cornerstone of intuition alignment. It requires a leap of faith, a willingness to surrender to the flow of your inner guidance. This doesn't mean abandoning reason or ignoring practical considerations. Rather, it's about integrating your intuitive insights with your rational mind to make decisions that are aligned with your deepest truths and highest aspirations. Step 5. Continual declarations. As we journey further into the heart of fortune alchemy, we arrive at a powerful practice: continual declarations. This step is about the power of our words and thoughts in shaping our reality, an ancient principle echoing through time that our declarations become the architects of our destiny. Continual declarations hinge on the understanding that our words carry energy and power, capable of transforming our internal and external worlds. This step invites you to consciously use your language to affirm your dreams, goals, and visions. It's about moving beyond passive hoping to actively declaring your intentions to the universe. The art of continual declarations involves crafting statements that resonate deeply with your soul's aspirations. These declarations are not wishful thinking, but powerful affirmations of your unwavering belief in the manifestation of your dreams. I am attracting endless opportunities for joy and success, for example, is a declaration that sets the tone for the kind of reality you wish to create. Continuity is key. These declarations are not to be spoken once and forgotten, but are to be integrated into your daily routine. Morning affirmations, journaling your declarations, or even meditative repetition can embed these powerful statements into the fabric of your consciousness, reinforcing your vision and dreams with every repetition. It's not just what you say, but how you say it. The energy behind your declarations significantly impacts their potency. Speak with conviction, belief, and emotion. Let each word vibrate with the certainty of your dreams coming to fruition. This vibrational alignment between your energy and your words magnifies their power, drawing your desires closer to reality. Pairing your declarations with visualization techniques amplifies their effectiveness. As you declare your intentions, visualize them as already realized. Feel the emotions associated with achieving your dreams. This combination of visualization and declaration creates a powerful resonance that aligns your energy with the vibration of your desires. The path of continual declarations is not without its challenges. doubts and fears may arise, threatening to dilute the potency of your affirmations. When this happens, recognize them as mere thoughts, not truths. Return to your declarations with renewed conviction, understanding that your power to declare is stronger than any fleeting doubt. As you persist with your continual declarations, the universe begins to respond. Opportunities, people, and circumstances align with your affirmations, reflecting back the energy of your declarations. This is the law of attraction in action, a testament to the power of your words to shape your reality. Neville Goddard, a profound influence in the realm of metaphysical thought, emphasized the creative power of the imagination and the crucial role of our inner conversations in manifesting our reality. Drawing inspiration from his teachings, we can deepen our practice of continual declarations by embracing the concept of living in the end. Living in the end is an advanced form of continual declarations. It's not just about affirming what you desire, but embodying the feeling and conviction that your desires are already fulfilled. Goddard taught that by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, we impress our subconscious mind, which in turn influences our external reality. This practice aligns perfectly with the essence of fortune alchemy, where the transformation of our internal state is the catalyst for external change. Step 6. Embracing synchronicities. With the foundation of your dreams firmly laid through vision crafting, possibilities rationalized, dreams woven into the fabric of reality, intuition aligned, and your path illuminated by continual declarations, you arrive at a mystical and profound phase, embracing synchronicities. Synchronicities are the universe's way of communicating with us, offering guidance, affirmations, and sometimes course corrections. They are the unexpected yet perfectly timed occurrences that bring us closer to our dreams, often in ways we could have never anticipated. Embracing synchronicities involves recognizing these moments not as mere coincidences, but as signs from the universe, guiding us towards our highest good. Embracing synchronicities is essentially entering into a dance of co-creation with the universe. It's an acknowledgement that while we play a crucial role in manifesting our dreams, there's a greater force at work, aligning things in our favor. This realization brings a sense of humility and wonder, opening our hearts to the magic unfolding around us. To embrace synchronicities, one must attune to the universe's signals, developing a keen sense of awareness and openness to the messages being sent. This can involve mindfulness practices, meditation, or simply pausing to reflect on the events and interactions in your daily life. By staying present, you become more receptive to the synchronicities that are guiding you. Trusting the process is vital in embracing synchronicities. Often these moments lead us in directions we hadn't planned or expected. They might challenge our preconceived notions or push us out of our comfort zones. Trusting that these occurrences are leading you towards your true path is key to embracing them fully. Gratitude plays a significant role in embracing synchronicities. By expressing gratitude for these moments, we not only acknowledge their significance, but also attract more of them into our lives. Gratitude elevates our vibration, aligning us more closely with the frequency of the universe and the flow of its infinite wisdom. As you embrace synchronicities, you'll find that your journey towards becoming the luckiest person alive takes on a new dimension of adventure and discovery. Each synchronicity is a breadcrumb on the trail, leading you through the forest of the unknown towards the realization of your dreams. They are reminders that you are not walking this path alone, but are guided by the unseen hands of the universe. Step 7. Detachment of outcomes. As we reach the zenith of our transformative journey in fortune alchemy, we arrive at the final and perhaps most profound step. Detachment of outcomes. It does not mean relinquishing our dreams or ceasing to take action towards our goals. Rather, it's about releasing the need for control over the exact path our blessings will take to reach us. It's understanding that while we can direct our ship, we cannot control the wind, the waves, or the ocean's depth. Detachment is embracing the journey with open hands, allowing the universe to fill them in its own timing and manner. There's a profound freedom that comes with detachment. It liberates us from the anxiety and tension of needing to know and control every detail. This freedom allows us to operate from a place of peace and trust, fully engaged in the present moment and open to the myriad ways our desires can manifest. The concept of detachment might seem at odds with the very essence of desiring and manifesting, yet it's in this delicate balance that the magic of true manifestation lies. By holding our desires lightly, we give them the space to grow, evolve, and come to fruition in ways that might surpass our original vision. The paradox is that in letting go, we often receive more than we could have ever grasped tightly. Detachment of outcomes is fundamentally about trust. Trust in the universal laws, trust in the timing of the cosmos, and trust in ourselves as co-creators of our reality. It's understanding that the universe has a broader perspective, seeing all the moving parts and how they can come together in harmony for our highest good. Faith is the cornerstone of detachment. It's the unwavering belief that everything will unfold perfectly, even if it's not according to our personal timeline or expectations. Faith in the universe, or whatever higher power you believe in, is what anchors us during times of uncertainty and keeps us aligned with our path, even when the destination is not yet in sight. Patience is a virtue, especially in the art of detachment. It's recognizing that some seeds take longer to germinate, some dreams need time to weave themselves into the fabric of reality. Patience allows us to enjoy the journey, find joy in the present, and appreciate the unfolding of our lives, knowing that everything is coming in its own perfect time. Detachment of outcomes is not the end of the journey, but a new beginning. It marks a shift from actively creating our reality to a more harmonious coexistence with the universe, where our actions are inspired, our hearts are open, and our spirits are free. This final step in the fortune alchemy process invites us to live in a state of grace, where we're not just chasing luck, but aligning with it, becoming a magnet for miracles and the architect of our own serendipity. In embracing detachment, you open yourself to a life of limitless possibilities, where luck is not just a fleeting chance, but a constant companion on your journey. The path of fortune alchemy has led you here to a place where you are free to dream, act, and let go, trusting that the universe will always provide in ways beyond your wildest imagination. Welcome to the life of the luckiest human alive, where every day is a testament to the magic that happens when you align with the cosmic flow and surrender to the infinite wisdom of the universe. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.
This is green, this is red, and this is blue. But how can you tell what you're seeing as blue is the exact same thing as what I see as blue? We've named the colors to give us a way to communicate and reference them. But in reality, there's no way of knowing what you see is the same as what another person sees. Even with the small steps and the giant leaps we've made as a species, there's still a lot to learn about Earth, life, and the human condition. There's still everything we don't know. On the 26th of February, 2015, one picture of a dress divided the internet.
I see white and gold. Where are you looking at?
Oh, the shades of white and gold!
While some saw it as gold and white, others saw it as blue and black. And ever since then, there's been a number of repetitions of the same experiment, either using the same sense, in this case sight, or even other senses, like hearing, in the famous Yanny or Laurel debate.
Laurel.
These experiments remind us that there's no way for us to tell that you and I sense the same things. What I call red might just be what you call blue, and there might be someone out there who sees human beings with purple teeth, but just refers to it as white. 71% of the entire Earth is covered by water. Humans are 60% water. Potatoes, 80%. Watermelons, 93%. And cucumbers, 95%. is essential for life on Earth, but we really don't know that much about water, not even about the very oceans we came from. In fact, we've only explored 5 to 10% of the Earth's oceans. The rest, well, who knows what's down there? It's even scarier when you realize that fish, like the blobfish and the barreled eye fish, belong to the slim percent of things that we've already discovered. The deeper you go, the crazier things seem to get. What's at the bottom of the ocean? For the most part, we just don't know. But back on the surface, countries that are bordered by water use something called coastlines to mark their territory. The coast is the land along the sea, and the boundary between the coast and the sea is known as a coastline. So, how long is the US coastline, or any other coastline in the world? The answer is, well, again, we don't really know. Coastlines constantly curve and cut in and out. Even the smallest deviations from a straight line can add distance, and over time, these small distances add up. Some of these features are massive, like bays, while others are minuscule. Now, measuring each and every little crevice isn't really efficient, so surveyors cut corners and straighten rough edges into easily manageable lines. If you do a quick Google search of the measurement of any coastline, you'll find a lot of different answers. They all cut corners, just differently. Humanity as a species, though, well, we've done really well for ourselves. In a pinch, we invent something to push us through. We made clothes when the weather was harsh, shelter so we could be safe from wildlife to rest and recuperate, weapons to hunt for food, money to replace pure bartering. But what about fire? Was fire a discovery or an invention? And music? Music has been described by scientists as a relatively recent invention by humans. It's believed that music helped our ancestors to bring together a close-knit community. But did humans really invent music? Or did we just discover that certain sounds sound nice with other sounds? Birds sing, whales sing, even tree frogs have a nice rich baritone sometimes. So can we really say man invented music? If we did, then what is the true definition of music? I guess we'll never know. On the list of man's greatest inventions has to be tools. In fact, for a really long time, scientists were pretty sure that this is exactly what made us human. We were the only animals who, through the use of such a variety of tools, were able to expand and grow so quickly. Except, we aren't the only ones who use tools. A lot of animals, mainly primates, use tools for all kinds of reasons. A study by Jane Goodall on African chimpanzees would change the definition of man forever. In the research, it was discovered that these chimpanzees use tools to gather food, brush their teeth, and even more. So in response, would this mean we must now redefine man, or redefine tool? They use tools for the exact same things we would. Do we accept chimpanzees as human? Well, of course not. This begs the question, if using tools doesn't, then what makes us human? In the same research, it was also discovered that chimps had individual personalities and were capable of rational thoughts like emotions and sorrow. They gave pats on the back, hugs, kisses, and even just messed around with each other just for fun. They developed affectionate bonds with family members and with other members of the community, and some of these bonds lasted for over 50 years. If emotions, rational thought, and affectionate actions do not, then what makes us human? In the past, it was thought that humans were the only animals who were self-aware. However, in the past 30 years, extensive research has proven that many other animals are too. In fact, in 2012, a group of neuroscientists created the Cambridge Declaration on Consciousness, which states that humans are not unique in possessing the neurological substrates that generate consciousness. Non-human animals, including all mammals and birds, and many other creatures, also possess these neural substrates. If consciousness, sentience, wakefulness, and the ability to feel and experience do not, then what makes us human? We really just don't know.
When I found Holstinger and I found out about the website builder, I was really blown away. It made building a website from somebody who has no knowledge of building websites very easy. It doesn't take minutes, it takes seconds.
It's human. We really just don't know. All we know is that one day we weren't, today we are, and one day we will be no more. We don't know what happened before we existed, and neither do we know what will happen after we die. If a person dies and comes back to life, it's referred to as a near-death experience, because we see death as a finality. But what if it isn't? What if one of the beliefs of humanity's many religions is true? Even the Earth itself can be very weird, and sometimes you just see formations that make no sense. Like, who built Stonehenge and why? The same goes for the pyramids. Some people think the gods of Egypt made the pyramids. Others are convinced it was made by human effort. But, in reality, we just don't know. The human mind is everything. All of man's greatest inventions, theories, and discoveries have all come from a human mind. We first conceive of an idea in our mind before we can ever create it in the real world. But perhaps we don't yet know or understand exactly how powerful the mind can be. The placebo effect gives us a glimpse. I made an entire video about the placebo effect, but basically, doctors appear to give a patient treatment, but in actuality, they don't. However, this fake treatment registers in the brain, perceives it as real, and kickstarts the healing process. Basically, the mind heals the body because it thinks the body is getting treatment, even if it isn't. In research on social, cognitive, and affective neuroscience, it was discovered that self-affirmation helps to maintain a positive self-view and helps to restore your self-confidence and self-worth. Simply by telling yourself nice things, it is indeed possible for your mind to convince your brain and body that you are those things. And these are just the things we know the mind is capable of. Think about everything we don't know. There are a lot of things we know about animals. Dogs are sweet and loving, cats can have an attitude, and the lion is apparently the king of the jungle, even if it lives in the savannah. Not everything makes sense, and we really don't know as much as we think we do. Going to space is one of man's greatest achievements. However, what space exploration has clearly shown us is just how small we are in the grand scheme of things. There are at least 2,500 other solar systems that have been discovered, but that number could go up to the tens of billions. We just can't know for sure. That's just in our galaxy, the Milky Way, and the Milky Way is just one of billions of galaxies that are out there. It's so incredibly massive that you just can't help but think, are we alone in the universe? And if we aren't, why hasn't anyone said hi? We have ideas, but as always, we don't know, and we really can't prove most things. A very fundamental question for nature is, what exactly is the universe made of? And why is there stuff in it to begin with? We know that almost all matter is made up from indivisible atoms. But why? Why do atoms exist, and where do they come from? When we die, what exactly do those atoms become? Everything else? At this point, you've listened to me talk for about 7-8 minutes. Time is persistent. For everything with mass, time never stops. We all know that yesterday is in the past, today is the present, and tomorrow is the future. But what exactly is time, and where does it come from? Even more confusing is, did humans discover or invent time? There are so many things about the world that we just don't know. And while some are deep questions like we've talked about, others are more, well, trivial. While watching the video of this person yawning, you probably also yawned. So even more importantly, why is yawning contagious? When we're happy, we laugh. When we're sad, we cry. But why? For a long time, it was believed that laughter was a social tool to show one another that we're enjoying what's currently happening. It was an evolution tool used to help enhance connectivity in societies. But if that was the case, then laughter should be unique to us humans, or at least primates. But it's not. Other social animals like dolphins and even rats laugh. So why do we laugh? Also, why do we cry? It's as if crying has emotional healing powers. Crying activates our parasympathetic nervous system and helps return our bodies to a normal, fully functional state. It's a good thing for your body, so why do we associate it with such sad things? We often cry after something bad has happened, not really while it's happening. Is it a process that evolved solely for our brains to process emotionally painful things? Then again, we cry for happy reasons as well. So scratch everything I just said. Why are some people right-handed and others are left-handed? Why isn't everyone ambidextrous? Wouldn't that have made a lot more sense? We can have theories for many, many things, but they remain just that, theories. In actuality, proving theories as a fact of nature is a lot harder than you'd think. Many scientific theories are superseded with time, considered obsolete, or simply wrong. We used to think that Earth was the center of the universe. Then one day, we realized it wasn't. Then again, not everyone could accept the fact that their view of the universe was so wrong. I mean, there's a theory that as recently as World War II, the Germans attempted some advances under the impression that the Earth was hollow. So, it is very possible that mostly everything we do know about the world right now is wrong. Honestly, it probably is. We simply don't know everything about everything. And that's okay. All we can do is keep asking questions and keep learning about the world around us, trying to uncover each of its mysteries one stone at a time, hopefully answering the most important question of them all. What does existence truly mean? If a tree falls down in the forest and no one is there to hear it, does it make a sound? How do you know? Taking it one step further, if you hear the tree hit the ground but don't see it, why do you trust your sense of hearing? This might seem like a ridiculous question, but the truth is that despite our total reliance on them, our senses deceive us all the time. You hear this audio and some of us hear Yanny while the others hear Lol. You think you hear your friend laughing in the other room, only to come out and see it's just the TV. A stick that looks bent in the water turns out to be straight when you pull it out. You spend what seems like hours walking through a dark and creepy forest, but then wake up and realize you were just dreaming. The world is a strange place, and for all the knowledge we've managed to gather as a species, there's still a lot more that we don't. Here is everything we don't know, too. I think, therefore I am. You've likely heard this phrase before. Coined by 17th century French philosopher René Descartes, the simple declaration serves as the foundation of all modern philosophy. It's a statement of knowledge, an assertion that if I know nothing else, I at least know I exist. While this may not seem like a revolutionary idea at first glance, it's actually quite significant. Philosophers since the time of Socrates have wondered whether or not it's possible to know anything, because it always seems that the more questions we ask, the fewer answers we're left with. Descartes himself was renowned for his astonishing ability to doubt everything, no matter how trivial, no matter how seemingly obvious. He treated all of his ideas with a radical level of skepticism, believing that doing so would eventually lead him to the truth. This skepticism led him to ask a question that science still hasn't been able to answer. How do I know I'm not dreaming right now? Or, even more frightening, how do I know that my mind isn't being deliberately misled by some evil genius? Think of it like the movie The Matrix. It's possible that, at this very moment, you're hooked up to a giant machine that is feeding you all the sensory data you're currently experiencing. You aren't really watching this video, it's just the machine making you think that you are. While unlikely, technically it is possible, and there's no way we can disprove it. This is why some people argue that we live in a simulation. Do we, or don't we? We just don't know. Descartes argues that our inability to rule out this scenario forces us to doubt everything we think we know, a state of radical skepticism in which we can't trust anything we experience or think. Fortunately, Descartes offers us a way out. Even if we are forced to doubt everything, the one thing we cannot doubt is the fact that we're doubting. If we can doubt, then we can think, and if we can think, then there must be a mind doing the thinking. So while we may never know whether or not the world around us is an illusion, or if we even have physical bodies, we can rest easy in the knowledge that we have minds, that we exist, right? Well, not so much. Later philosophers from Kierkegaard to Heidegger criticized Descartes' claim, arguing that the existence of thoughts does not necessarily imply the existence of a thinker. Friedrich Nietzsche even went so far as to say that the idea that there is something called thinking is itself an assumption. All we can really say then is that something is happening. What that thing is, we just don't know. If you're rolling your eyes at this point, it's understandable. To most people, this all sounds like a bunch of over-intellectualized nonsense with no bearing on the actual world. Even if we do live in the Matrix, I still know that 2 plus 2 equals 4, that the sun is going to rise tomorrow, and that the earth beneath my feet is solid. Well, hold up on the last point. Part of the reason why it's so difficult to say whether we truly know anything is because we live in a dynamic universe where nothing is ever stable. Everything in existence is always moving and always changing, including the Earth itself. Even as you watch this video, the very face of the planet is evolving. Plate tectonic theory is a relative newcomer to science. First pioneered in the 1960s, our understanding of how the Earth shifts and moves is still fairly limited. We've discovered certain things, like the fact that the Earth's rocky crust is in the form of plates that sit on top of a mantle of liquid magma. As this magma circulates and churns, it pushes the plates around, knocking them into each other and creating earthquakes, volcanoes, and mountains. What this means is that, contrary to what we think, the ground beneath our feet isn't solid. It's constantly changing, and if it is, how can we say we know it? Tomorrow, an earthquake could reshape our continents, and so the best we can ever have is a rough approximation of what we think it used to be, not what it actually is. Maybe I'm just trying to strong-arm a metaphor here, but it seems like whenever we investigate what we think we know, our ideas start to crumble. It's an interesting quirk of reality, really. The simpler a question is, the harder it can be to answer. It's for this reason that many people fear death, because we simply don't know anything about what happens after it. Yet I cannot help but think that the fear that we...
Get a goal, get a plan, and get up off your ass. Even if my opponent is a god, I will defeat anyone who stands in my way.
Souls over a track debate. But this is what life does, not what life is. The main problem is that the primary feature of life is that it's always changing in definition.
Have you ever wondered if there's more to life than meets the eye, hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered? What if I told you that there are 12 universal laws governing our lives, laws that can unlock the secrets to a profound transformation? Today we embark on a journey to uncover these powerful 12 universal laws, a journey that promises not just knowledge, but transformation. Imagine a world where everything is interconnected, where your thoughts, actions, and feelings are not just your own, but a part of a grander
let a sucker keep his money. Well, that's what the seasoned con artist would say. This cheeky motto might seem like a tongue-in-cheek justification for their crafty heists, but let's face it, sometimes it's hard to muster sympathy for their victims, especially when you hear about the outlandish scams they've fallen for. We've all heard about how some poor soul was taken for a ride by an outlandish con and thought, how could anyone fall for that? From the silver-tongued religious cult leaders who can convince their followers to part with fortunes, to the ambitious street urchins executing a flawless three-card Monty, the art of the scam is as diverse as it is cunning. And then there are those budding con artists, forever on the lookout for their unsuspecting investor to swindle with their too-good-to-be-true get-rich-quick schemes. But, hold on. Aren't we smarter these days? In our era of information overload, shouldn't it be harder to pull the wool over our eyes? Unfortunately not. If anything, it makes it easier. We're just as vulnerable to scams today as our ancestors were centuries ago. The allure of a quick win or a life-changing opportunity blinds even the savviest among us. But don't lose hope. There is good news. The psychology behind these scams is timeless. The charismatic grifter, the vulnerable mark, and the promise of turning dreams into reality. These elements remain unchanged. What evolves are the disguises these tricks wear to stay one step ahead. So they might have a facelift, but inside these cons are literally the oldest trick in the book. In fact, some scams are so brilliantly simple, they've barely changed at all. Why fix what ain't broken, right? So whether you want to know the tricks of the trade, or whether you're a con artist seeking inspiration.
Hey, I know you're in the middle of something, but I wonder if you just take a few seconds to pray with me real quick. And then
Stepping into a world where every obstacle, every challenge becomes a mere stepping stone on your path to greatness. This isn't a world devoid of fear, but one where we choose to act as if that fear holds no power over us. The essence of fearlessness lies not in the absence of trepidation, but in the profound courage to forge ahead despite it. It's about making a bold choice, to embrace the potential within us, waiting to be unleashed when we decide that fear will not dictate our actions. Today, I invite you on a transformative journey. Together, we'll explore the landscapes of our own fears, not to evade them, but to understand and overcome them. This voyage is about more than just conquering fear. It's about cultivating a mindset of fearlessness that propels us toward personal growth and unprecedented success. It's about rewriting the stories we tell ourselves where once there were limits, now there are possibilities. As we embark on this journey, remember, fearlessness is a practice, a daily choice that shapes our lives in ways we can hardly imagine. It's about acting as if we are the architects of our destiny, capable of building a life marked by achievement and fulfillment. This mindset doesn't just change how we face challenges. It transforms how we view the world and our place within it. So, let's take the first step together towards understanding, embracing the power of fearlessness. Let's discover how this bold approach to life can open doors we never knew existed, bringing us closer to our dreams and beyond. Join me as we learn to act as if we fear nothing, and in doing so, unlock the endless potential that lies within each of us. Fear, a complex emotion, serves as both a guardian and a gatekeeper in the human experience. At its core, fear is a primal response to perceived threats, deeply rooted in our fight-or-flight mechanism. This ancient system designed to protect us from harm triggers a cascade of physical and psychological responses. Our hearts race, our breath quickens, and our muscles tense, all preparing us for immediate action, either to confront the danger head-on or to flee from it. While these reactions were crucial for our ancestors' survival in the face of physical threats, the modern landscape of fear is often much more abstract, encompassing worries about failure, rejection, and the unknown. The dual nature of fear is profound. On one hand, it acts as a protective mechanism, alerting us to danger and potentially saving us from harm. On the other, it can become a significant barrier to our personal and professional growth. When fear extends beyond its protective role, it begins to limit our potential, dictating the boundaries of our comfort zones, and often preventing us from taking risks or pursuing our dreams. The very sensation meant to safeguard us can, paradoxically, become one of our greatest obstacles. The psychological impacts of fear are far-reaching. Anxiety, a close relative of fear, can become a constant companion, coloring our everyday experiences with worry and apprehension. This state of heightened alertness, while useful in short bursts, can be debilitating when it becomes chronic, leading to exhaustion, stress, and a decreased quality of life. Avoidance, another psychological response to fear, compels us to steer clear of situations that might evoke fear, limiting our experiences and opportunities for growth. Over time, this avoidance can solidify into patterns of behavior that keep us trapped in a cycle of fear, reinforcing the very anxieties we wish to escape. Fear's influence on decision-making and personal growth cannot be understated. It can lead us to make choices not based on what we want or what aligns with our values, but on what feels safest. This risk-averse approach can stifle innovation and creativity, prevent us from pursuing opportunities that could lead to significant personal development and fulfillment. The fear of failure, in particular, is a powerful deterrent that can stop us in our tracks, leaving untold stories unwritten and paths unexplored. Yet, it's crucial to recognize that fear itself is not the enemy. It is our response to fear that defines our journey. By understanding the roots of our fears and acknowledging their dual nature, we can begin to shift our relationship with this emotion. Recognizing that fear has the potential to protect but also to limit us is the first step in transforming it from a barrier into a catalyst for growth. This requires a conscious effort to face our fears, to step into the unknown despite the discomfort, and to embrace the opportunities for learning and development that lie on the other side. In exploring the psychological impacts of fear, we uncover not just the challenges it presents, but also the potential it holds for personal transformation. By acknowledging and confronting our fears, we can begin to dismantle the barriers they create, opening ourselves up to a world of possibilities. Fear, once a formidable foe, can become a powerful ally in our journey towards self-discovery and achievement. This nuanced understanding of fear is essential for anyone seeking to move beyond their limitations and to cultivate a life marked by courage, resilience, and growth. At the heart of overcoming fear and achieving one's fullest potential lies a powerful strategy known as act as if. This philosophy invites us to embody the traits, emotions, and actions we aspire to even before they fully manifest in our reality. It's a mindset that encourages us to behave as if we've already achieved our goals, thereby catalyzing a profound internal and external transformation. This concept doesn't just pretend or mimic. It's a proactive engagement with our desired future selves, making it an effective tool for personal and professional development. The essence of act as if lies in its simplicity and the profound impact it can have on our lives. When we act as if we are confident, skilled, or even fearless, we start to internalize these qualities. This shift in behavior and mindset can significantly alter our approach to challenges, transforming paralyzing fear into actionable steps toward our goals. Instead of being held back by the fear of failure or rejection, we move forward with the assurance of our success, allowing us to tackle obstacles with a newfound resilience. Consider, for example, someone aspiring to become a public speaker but held back by stage fright. By adopting the act as if mindset, this individual begins to embody the confidence and poise of an experienced speaker, even if internally they are battling intense nerves. They might start by speaking in smaller, more comfortable settings, gradually working their way up to larger audiences. With each step, the act becomes less of an act and more of a reality, transforming their fear into a driving force for growth. In the realm of career development, act as if can be particularly transformative. A young professional aiming for a leadership position might start by taking on more responsibilities, leading meetings or mentoring new team members even before such roles are formally assigned. This proactive approach not only demonstrates their capability and readiness for the role, but also builds the necessary skills and confidence for when the opportunity arises. Their actions effectively bridge the gap between their current position and their goals, making the transition smoother and more natural. Personal relationships also stand to benefit greatly from this philosophy. Imagine someone who struggles with expressing affection or maintaining close relationships due to past traumas or fears of vulnerability. By acting as if they are open and trusting, they can slowly begin to break down the walls they've built around themselves. This might start with small gestures of kindness or opening up about minor concerns before tackling more significant issues. Over time, this practice can lead to deeper, more meaningful connections, demonstrating that the fear of vulnerability can be overcome by gradually embracing it. Embracing fearlessness in a world rife with uncertainties and challenges may seem like an uphill battle. Yet the journey towards cultivating a fearless mindset is not just possible. It is profoundly transformative. It begins with a deep dive into self-awareness, resilience, and the deliberate step beyond the familiar confines of our comfort zones. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, peering to the abyss below. The fear of falling is palpable. Your heart races and every instinct screams at you to step back to safety. But there's another part of you, quieter but equally persistent, urging you to spread your wings and leap. This leap represents the essence of stepping out of your comfort zone. Not reckless abandon, but a calculated embrace of the unknown, recognizing that growth and comfort rarely walk hand in hand. The first step in this journey is developing a keen sense of self-awareness. Understanding your fears not as abstract shadows lurking in the corners of your mind, but as identifiable, understandable emotions is crucial. This process involves introspection, asking yourself hard questions about the origins of